So do excuse me while I resync. Just a fun fact, while my image here is cutting up and stuff, or, you know what I mean by cutting up. It's a weird way to describe it, but basically I've changed the syncing a little bit, and you might notice it right now. Instead of doing 800 milliseconds delay, I'm doing 700, and I had a feeling that the delay that I had wasn't exactly perfect. I would say that this is closer to being perfect than the previous delay that I had. Anyway, welcome everyone to the Demon's Souls live stream. It's been a number of days since I last live streamed. I mean, it's only been 3 days, I suppose, but considering I think I live streamed for maybe 11 days in a row or so before, I'm actually, well, a little rusty at this point. It feels a bit strange to be back into this, but I'm happy to be back into this because I needed a little bit of a break, and yeah, now I'm having that break. So we're going to get straight into a drink here. This is one of my favourite beers. It is a Imperial Stout. It's actually an Australian stout here. It's frickin' nice. It's called Feral Boris the Russian Imperial Stout. It's got a bit of a long name, but nope, it's not fizzing. But God, I need it right now. Definitely in the mood. So, I use a Maledzu glass for it. It's kind of weird, but you can see that pause. I mean, I don't know if you can actually see that, but that is jet black. Well, it's got a bit of a brownish aspect to it, but that is beautiful. As I said, it's one of my favorite beers, and God, it's just So for instance, two of my favorite beers would be a Triple Karmelit and this thing, Boris the Russian Imperial Stout. Let's not elbow the crap out of my desk, please. But if you referred to, well, here's how I would compare those two beers. They're very different. A Triple Karmelit is like a nice, gentle, loving blowjob, whereas this beer is like BDSM rape. So yeah. It's been a long time since I've had this. It's actually a lot more carbonated than I remember, but who knows? It's so good. It's just very nice to drink. Anyway, so there are a few things that I need to mention in regards to this build, because I have done a few things off camera, as I did sort of indicate that I was planning on doing in the previous recording. The main reason why I was doing things off camera is because I needed two things, and that was a +5, well, one of them I needed, one was kind of like quality of life. One thing, which was the need rather than the want, was the Sticky Compound Longbow +5, which I now have. I got the Spider Stone that I needed off camera. On camera I upgraded it from +3 to +4. Off camera I took it from +4 to +5. I can't remember if I needed any chunks of Spider Stone at that time, but I definitely got all the shards that I needed regardless. So that's the Sticky Compound Longbow. As you can see, the Sharper War Scythe +4, not exactly to anyone's huge surprise, is still at +4 instead of +5. The reason why is because I have yet to get the Sharpstone that I need for it. More specifically, the Pure Sharpstone that you get from two different possible enemies. One is a regular Black Skeleton in World 4.2, and then towards the end of 4.2, you have a Black Phantom Black Skeleton. And he is not fun at all. And I actually was doing a warm-up for that, and it just completely failed, so that's why I currently don't have any souls. I need to go and pick them back up and give it another shot. But pretty much to access the Black Phantom Black Skeleton, and I'm going to demonstrate the two different ways you can get Pure Sharpstone, just to have a slight chance of maybe getting the Sharpstone, the Pure Sharpstone that I need, on camera, which would just be phenomenal if I could manage that, but anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and stay on target here. Going to shoot one more, then I'm going to get all the way back here. And I do have my Grave Robber's Ring equipped here. Now, to explain, while I'm doing this, to explain how I actually got the Gloom set to be a set that I can fast roll with obviously, this is really obvious what I'm about to tell you. I increased my endurance off camera. Whoa, no way, Doomlink, I never would have expected that. No, well, of course that's what I did, and the way in which I was able to do that was by continuously grinding these enemies for pure Bladestone, and in the process of that, I was able to get the souls from those Reapers, and that really adds up over time, so that was pretty much how that was made possible. Oh, come on. So, the worst thing about this is that he can one-shot me, and that's something that I'm not a huge fan of. Okay, please. As you can see, this is not a fun fight. Once you're at this point, it starts to get really annoying. You can be super patient and get it so that he doesn't come down to this point, but god damn, it's annoying to do that. It takes so long. We are not going to... So I think we might be 2 arrows away from killing this guy, maybe. Please. Beautiful. So, as you can see, killing him is quite the task. It's, I mean, you can say, I mean, perhaps you could debate whether or not that's actually difficult. For me, that's difficult, because it requires a lot of coordination, a lot of effort, just to kill him. And for me, that's not really how I want to be grinding things. If I'm going to grind something, I'd rather be able to switch off and maybe do something else. But for this particular fight, you need to be absolutely on point and on the ball, because for me, he's able to one-shot me at this point. And on top of that, once you get into those little tunnel systems there, or that single tunnel system, I shouldn't even be saying plural, it's just one little tunnel, but anyway. Yeah, once you're at that point, Jesus. Look at that beautiful black drink. Oh, Doomlink, you're just drinking Coke. Actually, I think it's owned by the Coca-Cola company now. They bought it. Is it? I don't think it is. Someone owns it. Someone bought that shit. It's Feral Brewing. It's brewed and bottled by Feral Brewing Co. I swear to God, someone like Coca-Cola bought it. But anyway, so, like the actual brewing company. But anyway, I've got someone with a hedge trimmer outside. He is praying that you can't hear it, but anyway. That was the Black Phantom experience. I'm going to now, just for the sake of it, do a regular Black Skeleton run. Not that you haven't seen it. Of course, the regular Black Skeleton is who I was killing in the previous video repeatedly, but we're just going to do one now, just so I can say, hey, this is what's involved. This is the one that I prefer to kill when I want to switch off, because I really don't find him difficult to kill. And I do run the, whatchamacallit, the War Scythe to do this. Now, the reason why I'm pretty happy with just throwing away the... Actually, I'm going to use the bow for this guy. The reason why I'm happy to throw away the Pure Bladestone for this build is because this weapon that I'm using here is not what the build is focused around, okay? It is a pure bow build. The only reason why I wanted this weapon fully upgraded is because I could have it fully upgraded, and it's useful in certain situations to have a weapon that you can attack with. Like right here. I can't break this frickin' wall with arrows. I can't bash the wall with my bow. So I need a weapon. That's just one of many examples. So yeah, having a weapon is very nice. It's even better if it does a bit of damage. So having it upgraded is actually quite useful. So yeah. But because it's not actually the focus of the build, I'm not quite so adverse to the idea of not being able to get it at +5. If I can get it to +4, then hey, that'll probably do it for me. And then I'll suffer some other time when I need to get Pure Bladestone for a dexterity build, for instance. So yeah, dexterity builds are, in general, quite painful for that reason. Because you have to go on the Pure Bladestone grinding train, which is not a fun train ride to get onto. If you get a ticket for that train, rip the ticket up, or give it to someone else. Maybe your worst enemy. But anyway, so what we're going to do in this video, because I've just demonstrated all I'm going to do for Pure Bladestone, I still don't have pure Bladestone after those 2 demonstrations, so therefore, guess what? No pure Bladestone. Now, the funny thing is, once again, just to repeat, this is in a Marezu glass, but the color of the liquid actually matches the text that's written there. It's actually so nice. Color-wise, it's actually perfect because the brown, the very tiny brown head, it's not even a head at this point, but basically it actually matches, and you can see that on camera. See how that tiny head matches the golden rim of the glass? I fucking love that. So this is my favorite glass to drink this beer out of. I don't actually have a glass specific for the drink. If you wanted probably the best glass for it, because the type of glass that you have versus the beer that you're drinking is actually kind of important. Drinking it out of a chalice like this is perfectly fine, but if you want the perfect ideal glass, I would say a tulip would be the best thing for you to use. But, you know, something, or a snifter, actually. Not a tulip, a snifter, I would say, would be best. But, anyway, like a big snifter, not like some little thing. But anyway, so, it's just because you want a nosing glass, basically. This is like a very aromatic sort of beer. It's very, it's like chocolate, coffee, heavy alcohol. It's just, nice. Anyway. So what we're going to be doing in this video, because once again, we have pretty much done everything that we wanted to do as far as grinding is concerned. Our priority, which is the Sticky Compound Longbow +5, has been acquired. What I was wanting to do, which is to be able to fast roll with the Gloom set, has been achieved off camera through all of the souls that we were getting, so I have since upgraded endurance to 30. It might have been as low as like 20 or 21 in the previous video, so I put 10 points into that and now I'm able to fast roll. I got dexterity up by 2 points because I was trying to get a little bit more damage so that I could one-shot the trolls in that 2-2 area, and I still wasn't able to one-shot them, so I just pulled out the War Scythe and I was actually killing them pretty fast with that, so do excuse the gassiness. This is actually a really carbonated beer. I completely forgot that it was so carbonated. It's so funny because I have a wide array of drinks that I like to drink, and despite this being my favorite, I haven't had it in so long, so... Well, it's not my favorite, it's one of my favorites. I couldn't say that it was my absolute favorite because the thing is, it's such a different drink to many others that I enjoy, so I couldn't actually sit down and say, hey, this is my favorite, but if you did sit me down and say, hey, the only beer that you can drink for the rest of your life is Feral Imperial Stout, I would say, hey, sounds great to me, mate. But anyway, so I just need to remember what we even need to do here, because what we're doing is just playing through the rest of the game. That's what this video is going to be dedicated to. So I think all we need to do is world 1-4 and world 4-3, and then I think we're done. So there isn't actually much for us to be doing. So what we're going to do, because I did say that I was wanting... Actually, let's not do that. Because, now, the funny thing is, I'm having a conversation in my head but not completing my sentences, so you guys are a little bit confused. What I am meaning to say is that my original plan was to keep the Archdemon of World 4 as the final boss. But the logic behind that was that I would wait until that final moment to be able to actually head into the New Game Plus section of this game, for the reason that I wanted to keep this Archstone at Pure Black to grind for Pure Bladestone right up until the very end. But I've decided fuck that. It's just not necessary. A +4 War Pick, or War Scythe, sorry, is perfectly fine. So what we're going to do here is actually kill Satsuki. Oh, you... Can I actually cheese you? I was about to say, like, can I really cheese you? So what we're going to do is, and we can actually stun lock him, so... Oh, can you not? Why are you here? You're pissing me off right now. So I can basically get one shot by Black Phantom Satsuki. Now, why am I fighting him right now? That is a fair question. The reason why, And when he gets to low health, we need to be really, really relentless with him, because he can actually fully heal himself. Okay, so see what he's doing right now? Shit, what an asshole. I hate this guy. So generally what you do, and we're bleeding him now. Oh, I hate that attack. So this is what makes Black Phantom Satsuki so annoying. It's because he can basically fully heal himself, so. Once he gets down to low health, what you need to do is basically relentlessly attack him. Did that skeleton come? Oh god, it's because I don't have the thief string on, that's what it is. Yeah, whatever, you're so good, Satsuki. Prick. The reason why I was wanting to kill him was that I would be able to get my world tendency up a little bit further. My intention originally was to actually make use of the Primeval Demon to actually get the tendency up a little bit, and then kill the Archdemon to get it up even further. But then I stupidly killed the Primeval Demon. That fucking skeleton's pissing me off. So what I'm actually going to do, because forget the Grave Robber's Ring, we'll just put this on. And bring him... Oh, look at that. I hate this guy. So... Can you not? Like, you dumb bastard. I'm referring to the character that I'm playing as, because he was like messing around. He's like doing the... What do you even call it? The bashing attack instead of actually attacking with the fucking weapon. It's not quite what I wanted. Jesus H. Christ. Anyway, so things are not really going according to plan. I'm going to try repeatedly to kill Satsuki. Ha! He's fucking onto it, this guy. Anyway, I'm going to try repeatedly to kill him, and if it actually for some reason becomes too difficult. The first confrontation was not a concern, was it? No, like everything was nice and easy, no problemo. I did a test run before this recording, and there was no problem at all. But now, there are a number of problems, so... I wish I fucking knew. But anyway, come on, mate. Bit of patience is required, as you can tell. Okay. So, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. We're gonna go and kill the boss. Or the Archdemon. Anyway, so that's okay. One more time. I can't get my head around why I'm having so many problems with this guy, because he generally doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Because generally, this weapon attacks really fast and has really good range, at least as good as the Hiltless in terms of its range. But it's just, I don't know. It's not cutting it this time around. I'm going to keep trying because I don't know what's going on. You saw the first confrontation. That's pretty much how it goes normally. So I don't know what the problem is right now. Stop it. Okay, let's actually be careful here. There we go. Catch him on that. Just relax, mate. So we're going to try, if we can, to backstab him if he tries to heal. And it's very obvious when he goes to heal, basically. I mean, you guys saw that. The actual point of his blade didn't physically touch me. It's just, that was just a load of bullshit, so whatever. Fittingly, we do have Satsuki in the loading screen here. Fucking dickhead. Anyway. The funny thing about it is that I just don't need to kill him right now, yet I'm wasting my time doing that, so... Stop doing that attack, please. It doesn't achieve anything. So you can see the range of this weapon is impressive, especially two-handed, so I do like this weapon a lot. And it also bleeds him. Here we go. This is the point where we need to kill him. There we go. See? It's not difficult at all. Not fucking difficult at all with this weapon. And yet I was playing so fucking stupidly at the start. Anyway, so this is the Hiltless. I may as well demonstrate it to you guys. If you actually look at it, there is no difference between the long end of the blade and what I'm actually holding. It's actually a sharp blade that I'm gripping here. There's no hilt. And so, every single time that I strike, but only when I actually make contact with a person, do I lose health. So if I strike with this weapon and hit anything, so I don't think it works with the wall though, does it? No, it doesn't. So it only works if you hit an enemy then. If you hit an enemy with this thing, you will lose a little bit of health. It's basically comparable to that of the magical sword Makoto. The magical sword Makoto causes you to lose health over time. It's basically the opposite to the regenerator's ring. But with the hiltless, it's only when you make contact with the enemy. That is the only time you will actually lose health with the hiltless. And I would say that that's actually better. But anyway. So, at this point, we should be able to see, yes, our world tendency has soared. So, I think it took me 3 Stones of Ephemeral Eyes to get it from this point to pure black, so yeah, definitely that was worthwhile. And then once we kill the Archdemon, we should be in a really good way. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to double check our inventory. Yeah, we'll put this stuff away just to make sure that we're not too overburdened. And yeah, we should be good to go. Now, I am currently reliant upon the Ring of Great Strength, but that's alright, I don't mind that too much. We do have the Thief's Ring on, and we're going to keep that on because it's going to make the Archdemon a little bit easier. But anyway, once again, I was originally intending on this to be the final Archdemon of the game for this particular new game run, but it's not what we're doing. At least not now. But yeah, I definitely ended up rationalizing in my head the fact that, hey, pure Bladestone, not worth it. Not for this build. For a dexterity, like a proper Blade Master dexterity build, sure, but this is not a Blade Master weapon sort of build. This is a pure bow build, so I should be using it in that way. Not relying too much on this weapon here, so yeah. We will be using the Storm Ruler for this boss, for the simple reason that I don't even know if we can bow this boss to death. I may as well try. I don't think it will work. I've never actually tried. Or maybe I have, I've just forgotten, but seriously, I don't think that's going to work, so regardless, we will equip the Storm Ruler. It's a lot heavier than our Sharp Warsight, so I'm guessing, yeah, we can't fast roll. Okay, so we'll take off the Large Sword of Searching, that doesn't matter. I don't actually need it, so I guess, pretty much to actually get the boss to come down, you do need to kill these smaller rays. That is a requirement, essentially, so I should actually, you know what, Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, because I just don't need this reduced health right now. So, as we continue to kill these rays, and in an ideal situation we will kill more than one with this attack. But actually, let's do, I don't know if the R2 is actually a different attack for us at this point. There we go, killed 2 there. So 210 with the R2, we'll try with the R1. It's the same attack. Good to know. Now, as we're killing these rays, we do need to make sure the big one doesn't come down. See how he's coming down? This is why it's important to watch, because if he does that without you watching and you're in a bad spot, you're gonna die, probably. But anyway, not this pass, but the next pass, I will try to confirm whether or not the bow actually works against this guy. Because if it does, I might use the bow. As stupid as it sounds, but the theme of this build is pure bow. And I have been fighting all of the bosses thus far, bow only. I even did the Phalanx, bow only. Can you believe that? I actually killed each and every one of those little blobs individually with 2 arrows each. Which was just, I mean, I don't know why I subjected myself to that. In hindsight, I don't know what was wrong with me, but I did that. So, if I can do that, I can fight this guy with a bow. We're gonna give it a try. I've never done it before, and it probably doesn't work. My thinking is that he's too far away. He looks really close, but he's fucking huge. That's what gives the illusion that he's close. fuck the Storm Ruler. I've got a bow. Holy shit. I had no idea that that would be so effective. What the fuck? Oh. That made my day. Of all the times I've played Demon Souls, I did not know that you could just whip out a bow and fucking molest that final boss. That's crazy. Obviously I was doing so much damage there because I have a really good bow, and I mean look, 356 damage in my second right hand weapon, so yeah, that is the situation. Doing lots of damage, a lot more damage than I am with the Storm Ruler. The benefit to the Storm Ruler is in the fact that it has more range with its attack, so therefore you can hit the actual boss, but it doesn't have much damage outside of that. It's pure Cloudstone, which we're not going to be using, but yeah. That is very, very nice. Anyway, the items in here, Doomlink, use your eyes, please. Holy Arrows times 11, I think it was. Maybe it was more than that. But I think I already had Holy Arrows in my inventory. I have a total of 42 now. So that's pretty much magic damage. That's what Holy Arrows are. I don't know if that scales with Faith, though. You'd think it would with a name like Holy Arrow, but maybe not. I've got no idea. Maybe because I probably knew at some point, but once again I've forgotten. You can't underestimate my poor memory. It's pretty bad. Especially over a period of 10 years. So my memory is very good in some respects and then utterly horrible in others. Especially with video games. It might have to do with the intake of information, like over time, once my brain decides, hey, this information hasn't been used for a really long frickin' time to get rid of it, and then replace it with something more relevant and important. And that's pretty much how I forget games completely over time. But, anyway, so that's it for that particular Archstone. Now all we need to do, and I'm starting to worry about the length of time that I've streamed for. It's only been 27 minutes, and I only have one more boss to kill. So what's probably going to be happening, once again, is I will be taking on New Game Plus in the, what's it called again? Boletarian Palace World 1-1 section. So we'll probably do that, and I don't mind doing that. We're going to consume this soul, of course, because, you know, bow only. What the hell am I going to do with that soul if it's bow only? So we currently have 158,000 souls right now. Well, actually, 158,056, but, you know, 56 may as well not exist, because we're not going to be able... I mean, the chances of us being able to upgrade, thanks to those 58 souls, is pretty low. Where the hell are you, woman? You're over here. I'm always having to look for her. Why can't you just be in the same place all the time? So, I don't know if we're even going to bother with our dexterity. We might take it to 55 just for the sake of it. I don't think I'm ever going to take it to 60, because we've definitely gone beyond the soft cap. We're going to take vitality to 30 first. That is our priority. We're very close to being able to upgrade again, but we'll just save that for New Game Plus, I suppose. So, yeah, I guess we will have to try and take on King Allant with the bow, which shouldn't be too hard at all. I think we'll be able to do that relatively easily. I don't think I've done it before, or maybe I have. Just can't remember it, but we'll see how that turns out. We currently have 221 arrows. We might get a few more. See how that happens. Do we need that many? Yeah, let's actually get that many, because we're going to lose access to patches when we go into... Ooh, that's a good fucking point. Okay. So when we go into New Game Plus, we will lose access to patches. I will buy as many arrows as I physically can, like as many as I can hold, before we go into New Game Plus. He will still be there before we head down there, once we've actually cleared World 1-4. So that should be fine. So we'll do that. Anyway. I'm going to... Okay. All good. Love that beer. So, we're going to take on World 1-4 and pray that it's actually going to work smoothly. I would be very happy if it did work smoothly, to be honest with you. So, what I'm actually thinking of doing today, it's just a thought. It's just a thought. Ooh, one-shotting them. That's actually really nice, because this is World 1-4. This is considered to be the most difficult area in the game. And I'm one-shotting these guys. Now, they have reduced health because they're archers themselves, but hey, it's still pretty good. So I'm happy with that. We will be hitting pure white, if things go according to plan, once we kill the boss. I say if things go according to plan in the sense that it's possible that I'll fuck up and die, but we shouldn't. Come over here, mate. Just come on. You're going to die before you even get to me at this rate. You can roll all you want, but once you get within my close range, you're gone. So he's going to start attacking, but then I'm going to flinch him. See? You suck, mate. Give up. Don't even try with me. I'm the bowmaster, you see. That was actually a partial rhyme. Don't try with me. I'm the bowmaster, you see. I'm now Dr. Seuss, Sniper Edition. Oh, that's right. Bow versus bow. I need to get in her close range, otherwise it's not going to work. I do not want to actually have a competition, because she's going to win. Put it that way. Maybe she's not. Okay, this guy with his scraping spear needs to not. He just needs to not, essentially. Come on, lady. No. There we go. And then die. Don't know. I had a feeling she wasn't going to do anything about that, and she didn't. So, fair enough. I like how that turned out. I already have the white bow. I'm not even going to pick that shit up. Because she doesn't give me white arrows as well, and she should. Because white arrows are really few and far between in this game. They're very scarce, and yet she doesn't give me any. Bitch. What a hooker. So anyway, that is a reference to something that none of you will know about, but anyway. This is not even a reference. Don't worry about me. You know my references. The whole idea of them is that they're not funny. So, we're going to kill this lizard just for the sake of it. And then he's getting one shot because he sucks. Cannot carry, it will overburden you. What exactly is overburdening me right now? It must be the gloom set. No, it's all the arrows that I have. And things were getting a bit hairy there. Because I was getting attacked by this guy. Alright, come on, mate. Need to get you into an attack. He's going to shield this, maybe. No, he didn't. Here we go. Bang. Oh, you know, I'd be a bit angry as well. But, look, I'm not the one on the receiving end of my own arrows, so I'm pretty happy. Anyway, I don't know how this is going to turn out with all these archers here, but I'm going to try to kill them. Easy. Easy done. Hi. Bye. No, really, come on. Don't waste my time. I do need to kill you, because otherwise you're gonna... Whoa! I was gonna say you're gonna come up behind me real sneaky-like. And then he did that. He wasn't even visible when he did that. Okay, your shitty little secret daggers versus my heavy arrows being fired from a sticky compound longbow +5. I can see which one's gonna be more effective, mate. This is so good. Having a really strong bow is just... Because you have to understand that I think the last time that I was really taking on an area with the bow, it was a sticky compound longbow +3. I now have a +5. I think when I got the +4, I was more or less in the grinding stage of the game at that point. And I've only just left the grinding stage. Not fully victorious because I didn't actually get the pure bladestone that I wanted, but hey, I'm not the only one who didn't get the pure bladestone that he wanted. That's the kind of scenario that a lot of people can identify with, I think you'll find. because it is pure Bladestone and it's fucking hard to get. I do not know what From Software were thinking when they made pure Bladestone so difficult to get, because I've tried to get it in the past and it's been a real rough ride. I was just hoping that maybe I'd get super lucky this time around and actually get it, but nah. I really needed to commit to it, and I have to be honest with you, I did not commit to getting it that hard. Like, I could have tried a little harder, but anyway. So let's not actually get hit by this fire. I'll try to avoid that. I do have Full Moon Grass as well, but I might just, to start with, try to expend my Half Moon. Should be safe. Yes, I do need some help. We'll be safe. So I don't know about those items. I generally don't pick them up because I'm afraid to get hit and then get caught in something. I don't know. Maybe I'll try to pick them up. Legendary Hero Soul, and then this is the dangerous one that I don't like to pick up. Ooh, almost got hit, I think. Alright, Ostrava, go kill yourself. Thanks for dying. So, time to take on Ostrava of Boletaria with the bow. Never done this before, I don't think. Oh, this might actually make the King Allen fight kind of annoying, because look at this. Are you really not even going to shield me? Obviously his Black Phantom is also rather suicidal. Thank you for your stuff that I can't carry. No, really, I can't. These heavy arrows are weighing me down too much. I have more space than I have more space now than I did when I was last trying to pick stuff up from that crystal lizard, but you know. It's only because I've been expending my arrows and then in the process also getting more item burden back. Anyway. The slow and epic journey up to the boss room. And once again, in recent or even distant memory, I cannot recall fighting this guy with a bow. But if I picture how to fight him, it's not going to be difficult. We're just going to be in targetable distance, and we're going to fight him that way. And I think we should be alright. Something that might be interesting to see is how much we will flinch him. And I don't know how much we will flinch him, so we'll have to see. Like, I don't know if he will flinch from a strike or what. Or we need to hit him 3 times, maybe 4 times for a flinch. Either way, we're going to see how things go. Wish me luck. We're going to maybe flinch him out of this? Yeah. Beauty. He went into another one. What a weirdo. We're doing decent damage here. Oh, that's dodgy. See, with this Gloom set, I have a decent amount of defense, and I'm actually going to Full Moon for this fight, because as you can see, Half Moon is really not doing much. You know, if you could actually be on target, Alan, that might help. Just for you, not for me, but for you. Oh god, no. Actually, we technically got a bit of health back there, so that was alright. Get out of it. Being able to attack this guy from a range is actually really nice, and yeah, okay, so he can avoid that. But really, like, this is quite alright. I would actually recommend taking this guy on with the bow, because when you stay away from him, it's actually pretty good. He's able to avoid an arrow in that situation. He has some sort of resistance to them. I don't know if he's getting invincibility frames or what, but yeah, really. Like, this is good. You can see all the arrows sticking into him. That's pretty nice. I like that. Oh. Let's not get comboed. This is the problem with Alan. You can often get comboed by him, and I don't like that, but anyway. Well, that was one of the easier King Alan fights that I've actually had. So I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. That was A-okay in my book. That's an additional 75,000 souls, plus the False King's something or other. And we're going to be holding on to these souls as we go into New Game Plus, because unfortunately we cannot actually level up when we've taken on the final Archdemon. We can't do that until we've gone into New Game Plus. and completed World 1-1 and talked to the Monumental and all that business. So what we're going to do is top up our arrows, and we're going to put some stuff away first. Because of course we want to free up our item burden as much as possible. I didn't pick up that guy's penetrating sword. I didn't even cognitively decide to not do that. I just didn't. And had I cognitively decided whether, well, made a decision, had I made a decision whether or not to pick it up, I would have decided not to. So, yeah, obviously I'm subconsciously now leaving that guy's penetrating sword on the ground. Which is where it belongs, on the ground, not in your hand, because it is a useless weapon. Stop kicking things around, namely my keyboard. Anyway, so just double checking the playback here. All good. So, we've currently been streaming for 40 minutes. It's probably going to be a stream that'll last for a bit more than an hour. But not that much more. Fucking background noise. It's the sound of the pipes making a lot of noise. The sound of things making noise. I mean... Anyway, I could have just said it was the sound of the pipes, but instead I made it ultra redundant by saying it was the sound of the pipes making a lot of noise. But anyway, we're going to continue into here, and I don't know if an arrow can break through this, but if it can, may as well use the arrow. This is fun. Anyway, please tell me I can get through here. Oh, I can just roll, never mind. Never mind. It's actually a lot easier than I thought. I have been chosen by the old one, you're correct about that. And you've been chosen to die. This is a good, you know what, this is the perfect angle. I'm keeping this angle. Shut up. Shut up, mate. I need to be killing the boss. No, but really, this is such a good angle. Just for the sake of this horrendous angle, I mean, this really good angle, I'm going to keep it just like this. This is the final boss, everyone, with a big tree stump in the way. Or branch, tree branch, whatever. So, it takes about 2,000 damage to kill this guy, and then the camera fixes itself. Anyway, it's not over yet. Actually, we need to go up to here for her to appear, and then... Time to die, lady. And we're not picking up that sword, we don't need it. But if you don't pick it up, then... Actually, let's pick it up. Never mind. Imagine how annoying it would be if I actually needed that and I forgot at that moment and then didn't get it. Because at that point, you'd have to wait until you got into New Game plus Endgame up to this point. That would be fucking annoying.
The old one sensed a new and powerful demon by its side.
Yeah, shut up. So, ending credits. But it's not over yet. We'll be going into New Game Plus, Red Eye Stone, Beast Demon Soul. Of course, as I've mentioned a number of times before, you want the Beast Demon Soul, not the Made in Black Demon Soul, because all you get out of either of those souls is consumable souls, well, usable souls after you consume that particular hard soul. And the Beast Demon Soul gives you like 200,000 versus the Made in Black Demon Soul, which gives you like 60,000. So, you know, get the one that gives you more. Use your bloody brain. So we're going to put away the Storm Ruler. I do not know why I still have this equipped. In fact, fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, I was using the Storm Ruler for World 1-4 just then. So, there you go. I had nothing really to fall back on, which is kind of funny. Yeah. So, I'm going to give you the Storm Ruler, and that should be all. You know what, let's put away these bolts. It's really pointless. It's not going to give us much weight back, but we may as well. So, we currently have 164,000 souls, and if we consume the Beast Demon Soul, we will get even more. But not only that, we also have the False King Demon Soul to consume, so that's going to be really good. Oh, I just realized something. I'm going to have to take on the... you know what, we're not even going to do that. So, what I was just thinking of was the fact that we needed to take on the fucking phalanx with the bow again. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to subject you to that, and I'm not going to subject myself to that. So we're going to take on the phalanx with Turpentine on the War Scythe. I'm sorry. I know, I understand. It's a pure bow build, like, I don't give a fuck. Shut up. I'm not doing that again. I did it once for you. If you want to see it, then have a look at the first bow build video and you'll see it. was fucking awful. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I was having a chat to a few people, so I had a number of long-time subscribers of mine on YouTube, and they were chatting to me in the YouTube chat, so it was actually not too awful, but Jesus Christ, I'm not doing that again. Especially not now when I've got no one to talk to. I'm a viewer on Twitch who's not saying a word, and I've got no one on YouTube, so fuck that. I'm just gonna go and kill him with the war scythe. And if you have any qualms about that, then go fuck yourself. Because, I mean, maybe you're masochistic as well. Maybe you would like to be subjected to me having to individually kill every single one of those frickin' blobs. Not every single one, but the vast majority. And it's just, it takes too long, I'm telling you. So, come on. Don't mess around with me, mate. You're gonna die. No, but I'm really enjoying the process of going bow only. It's so fun. Very happy with this build in general. It's a very high level build actually, because I've gotten a lot of souls through my grinding. So it's actually pretty well leveled. We're currently at soul level 85, which is high for demon souls really. At least for normal level ups. I've got a bit of an itchy face at the moment. At the moment, I've got an itchy face. But anyway. So, what I do plan to do later on today, I mean, maybe I'll do it tomorrow, but I could do it today as well. Really depends on how I'm feeling. But I might actually record some let's retry that sentence. We might actually record some Breath of the Wild. Jesus, speak English, Doomlink. I beg of you. If you can do one thing in your goddamn life, then at least speak English. So we're going to try and live stream some Breath of the Wild, but in the Let's Play format. Or do a live stream in the do a Let's Play in the live stream format. You know, ladies and gentlemen, if you want a prime example of a commentary going to utter shit, it would be right now. But anyway, so let's actually get our brain in gear and do a legitimate commentary. Seriously, the Breath of the Wild live stream, which will be part of the Let's Play that I've been doing thus far, will be started, if not today, then tomorrow or sometime this week. Because I'm just not happy with doing a sort of post-recording Let's Play thing with Breath of the Wild. Because I'm not in the mood to do that anymore. I'm just going to do it in a live stream format, so that's how the Let's Play is going to continue. And I think I'm going to do that today. How it's going to be is I'm going to do like 40-minute recordings. And I'm going to, let's say I want to do more than 40 minutes. I'm not going to do like a 1 hour and 20-minute recording. Instead, I'm going to split it up into 2 videos by stopping the stream and then restarting it. And I think it should work perfectly fine. I'm going to try to handle it, or at least do the commentary as I would a normal Let's Play video, but the main benefit of that is that I just don't have to edit anything, and it's better. It's bloody better. So that's how we're going to do it. Anyway. Killing all of these guys with this bow is definitely satisfying. And I think that's one thing about the bow build that's worth mentioning. It's quite a satisfying style of play, just to be able to arrow people in the fucking head and kill them. It's definitely nice. And just to demonstrate the nature of New Game Plus, and the various levels of New Game in general, and how damage scales versus health, I'm going to go and take on that Red Eye Knight and kill him without an issue. So, basically the point is, and I've demonstrated it before, the health scaling is nowhere near as much as the damage scaling. See how he's taking a lot of damage there? Okay, he's going to fuck with me a little bit if I let him do that. Stop it. Look at him! You have got to be having a laugh. Just don't turtle me, that's all I ask. Don't do that charging business. No, please! Okay, he barely healed himself. You know what that indicates to me, and this is really funny? He does not receive a better level of grass than what he would normally have in New Game. So in New Game Plus he heals himself with the same grass, but because he has more health, because he's in New Game Plus, he only heals for a tiny amount because that grass is not being scaled with his health. So that is proof, absolutely, that he does not heal based on a percentage of health. He instead heals a set amount, and so therefore I would suggest that he is actually healing with the same sort of grass that we would heal with. That is an interesting way to look at that. Why am I going this way? We don't need another Cling Ring. Stop, Doomlink. Please, use your brain for the briefest of moments in time, and maybe you will actually succeed. But anyway, let's not even get Ostrava. Ostrava can fuck off. I'm not rescuing him. I don't need his Brass Telescope. I don't need his Dark Moongrass. And I don't need his Pure Clearstone. So he can go and eat a Colossal Cock. Alrighty. So, this is the ambush point. We get attacked from this side, and by this, and not by this side. The side itself does not attack you. It is instead the person on that side who attacks you. That is how that works. That guy ducked over my arrow. You can fucking die. Get out of my face. Alrighty. So, just an update on the souls. 173,005. And 5, yeah. Seriously. Anyway. Now, I remember in the Morion Blade build, what I wanted to do, and not that you saw any of that because I cut it all out because it sucked, but which is something that you can do when you're dealing with post-recordings of live streams, which I have on my YouTube channel. But anyway, I cut out all the New Game Plus stuff, but as in the stuff in this level because I was playing like a complete dumb dog. But yeah, basically, I went to the Ostrava area because I wanted some upgrade materials, but I just don't need the upgrade materials here. It's not really worth it. I've already done everything I want to do with this build. At this point, it's just about playing the game through, and I enjoy that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. But yeah. There is not much more that we can do to improve this build. Apart from just, you know, leveling up stats as normal. Here's another example of needing a weapon. And I would say that having a nice long-ranged weapon, I'd say that's a good thing, so. Strangely enough, all of these guys died without a problem. I don't know what the deal with that is. Maybe it's a tendency thing. It's because I have a really high world tendency, so they have pretty good health. Obviously, I have had pretty low world tendency in the past, and that boulder has just failed to kill them in New Game Plus. Go on. Throw it, see what happens. Now, I just want to see something. Just want to see something. Which is how much... What? Okay, whatever. I don't need another Ring of Great Strength, and I don't need another Purple Flame Shield, so those dragons can fuck off. I actually don't know if another one's going to come. Like, will one come here? Because I hope so. I need him to kill these enemies. Why are you not getting one shot? What exactly was the deal with that? I've been able to one-shot every single enemy in this area thus far, but for some reason that specific guy did not want to die. And look, what was it with that guy? Did he do more sit-ups than everyone else? I don't understand. Anyway. So, the dragon is not coming, so we need to actually do this manually, which kind of sucks. I'd rather not. So why am I doing... So I'm doing 242 instead of 243, and that 1 point difference is enough to... See? 243. I don't understand. 243. 243. 243. 243. So why was I doing 242 before? Just randomly. I don't understand. I mean, 249 with those guys because they have less defense. That's normal. So... that is to be expected, but really, like, what the fuck? I don't understand a thing. This lever is necessary. If you walk past this lever, you're going to be phenomenally disappointed when you get back to the beginning. Okay? If by some reason, or by some bizarre reason you don't know why, you would be phenomenally disappointed, then it doesn't matter. Just don't even worry about it. Just... How are you not dying in one shot? This is a concern of mine. That's what I get for not having a +5 sharp war scythe. Anyway, another example of needing the weapon here to break this stuff, because you can't roll through it and you can't use the bow to break it, so hello. Gonna use this weapon. And that turpentine is going to be useful for the boss. I think I have a lot now. Let me have a look. Excuse me. 4 turpentine. Could be better. So, there's going to be some guys in here who will turtle me. But, oh god, come on. See how he's turtling me? Thank you. So, they're both dead. That's what we wanted. And then this guy here, he's not going to be too much of an issue because he's not spear using. He's not using a spear, to rephrase. Yeah, so he's not going to turtle us as much because obviously the whole idea with spears is that you can hold up a shield and poke with them. These guys, from what I can tell, are pretty much subject to the same sort of game mechanics that we are. Maybe they're just players. Maybe these are the beta testers and they were stuck in this game forever to pretty much be the enemies that we have to fight. Some fucking dot hack, SAO kind of shit. You beta test the game and then you're stuck in it and you become the enemy that the real players get to fight. That would be kind of cool. There's a nice idea. I'm sure someone will come up with that. Well, someone's probably already come up with it, but someone will use that idea. And then everyone will go, oh god, it's SAO, what a rip-off. And then no one's going to care because it's going to make a lot of money. See, this is the funny thing. If that did happen and everyone went, oh, it's like a rip-off, they would still, like, everyone in Japan would still buy it. Or everyone in Japan would still watch it on TV. You know, things like that. That's the idea. Everyone would think that it was shit, but they would still give it all the attention that it wanted. And therefore it would do well. It's like, well, if you were actually smart, you wouldn't fucking even care about it. You wouldn't pay attention to it. Now let's not actually die to the phalanx if we could possibly avoid that. Full moon grass. And then time to die. It is a fine day to die, in the words of Quorthon. Today is a fine day to die. Which is not how he sounded, but the point is that, you know, good song. From a good album, Blood, Fire, Death, 1988. What else would I have to talk about other than that? Because this is the Phalanx and there's nothing really going on with this boss. No, but really, time to die, mate. You are a blob who has no way to defend yourself except to use your children as meat shields. So, have fun dying. The demon was indeed destroyed. Now, what you need to understand is if I didn't do what I just did, that fight would have taken at least 10 minutes, at least. Probably 15 to 20 minutes, okay? So, what you guys should be doing is getting on your hands and knees and thanking me for not actually subjecting you to that shit. There is an ant on my table, and it is about to die. You are dead. Thank you for dying. That's one of my catchphrases, thank you for dying. My aim could stand to be better because I missed the bin. Anyway, so essentially what we need to do now is go talk to the Monumental, then we can level up, and then I think that's going to be it for the live stream. It's going to end up being not only, like I was thinking, oh, it'll probably be like 1 hour and 10 minutes, 1 hour and 20 minutes. Hey, at this rate, it's not even an hour yet, so it's probably not even going to be 1 hour and 10 minutes. So that's kind of a sad thing, but what do you do? Not everything can go your way. And really, having a shorter live stream isn't such a bad thing. I'm not hugely adverse to that. Anyway, I'll talk to you. Give us the same cutscenes that you gave us in New Game, because we really wanted to see them again.
Yes.
And then, yeah, that's it. We currently have 191,623 souls, keeping in mind that when we first went into World 1.1, I think we had about 169,000. So, pretty good. This is without even consuming the False Demon Soul, which we're about to do. And then, which is an additional 60,000, and then the Beast Demon Soul for a total of 260,000. Which is on top of the original amount, for a current total of 451,623 souls. Magnifique. So basically, we still have some more things to actually consume, so we're going to equip them here. Didn't really need to unequip all of that stuff, but anyway. Legendary Hero Soul, 10,000 souls each. That's very nice. So, through these souls, we get a total of 24,400 souls. Definitely worthwhile. So what we will do is equip Half Moon, then Full Moon, and we should be good in terms of usable items. So for another update on the souls that we currently have, we have 476,023. So, just shut up and let me seek soul power. Dost thou seek soul power? Yes? Okay, I will seek soul power. And the pressure is on. We will take this to 55. Keeping in mind every single individual upgrade is final. There's no going back. And there's no previewing. When you make the change, that is done. Just need to think of what I might want to level up here. Because I think all I want to focus on right now is Vitality and Endurance. I think. No, sorry. Vitality and Dexterity. Because Endurance at this point does not need to be increased further. No. Just put it in Vitality, whatever. Doesn't matter. Look at that lovely health bar. Anyway, maybe if I wanted to, I could try to have it so that I didn't need the Ring of Great Strength for this build, but that's going to require so much endurance. It might even require as much as 60 endurance for me to not need the Ring of Great Strength here, so we're not going to bother with that, because I think that would be better spent in Vitality. So, we'll just do that. Because the thing is, our stamina bar here, once again, watch the stamina bar as I shoot arrows. Like, I could have the lowest possible stamina bar and I wouldn't have a problem. So, I just don't think having a longer stamina bar is going to help me. If I were using a shield, and if I were using a regular weapon, yeah, that would be good. But just not necessary for a bow build. So, this endurance is going to allow me to roll with the Gloom set, with the Ring of Great Strength, and that's it. We're not going to increase endurance further, it's just not worth it. It's better to put it into Vitality, and maybe a bit more Dexterity as well. But once again, we have long since reached the soft cap for Dexterity, so each time we level up Dex, it's not going to give us much of a damage boost, so... Excuse me. As far as what we're going to be doing when we are next recording Demon Souls, keeping in mind that will be a new build, not a continuation of this build. We will be continuing this build, but just in the future. As I've said a number of times before, I do plan to do a lot of builds through New Game, and then stop, moving on to new builds and all of that, and then eventually return to all of those builds that are sitting in New Game Plus and do all of them. It just keeps everything nice and fresh and varied, so that is the plan. So as far as what I'm going to do next, I plan to do what is called, and this might sound a bit bizarre, is called a windmill rapier build. Now I'm going to actually demonstrate what I mean by that. Unless I can find a fast attacking sword that is longer than this sword is going to be the windmill. What do I mean by windmill? This is what I mean by windmill. Now, what is that, Doomlink? You guys should be aware, because I'm pretty sure that this particular animation has carried over not just into Dark Souls, but also Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, to my knowledge. Now, that is of course a parry animation. What this means is that it will be a critical rapier build. So we're going to make a rapier that uses Marrowstone to make it a... Is it a tearing? No, tearing is for bleeding. I forgot what the actual thing is called, but you use Marrowstone to basically add more critical damage to the weapon. So we're going to do that with the regular rapier, or perhaps a different rapier. And every single time we want to parry someone, we're going to do this shit. So we've got this big fucking sword swinging around like a windmill. And we're going to call it the windmill rapier build. So yeah, that's what it's going to be. It will be my first bizarre fun set. So we're going to do that, or bizarre fun build. And yeah, after that we'll probably return to something a bit boring, maybe. I don't know. I still haven't done a strength build, haven't done a faith build, so I could do that sort of stuff. But the next build will indeed be the windmill rapier build, which will be like this, but with a rapier, not with this thing. Anyway, I thank you all for watching the live stream. Hello fellows on Twitch, I will be disappearing now. I'm going to double check YouTube to see if anyone else is hanging around, so I can say goodbye to them. No one else is on YouTube, okay. Directed to the stream watchers, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys when I'm next recording. Might be tomorrow, might be the day after, but it will be in the windmill rapier build regardless. Windmill rapier. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.